Yeah, let's get started and get reading, right? So they're going about Thanksgiving. We didn't have a previous 12 or whatever. Yada yada yada. They go over what's going to be in it. So they've got a partnership with Ubisoft, Iron Banner Trials and Nightfall pool updates, loot pool updates, weapon philosophy, important void updates, which I'm excited to read. I read a bit of that about the invis changes, but I want to see what the full details about that. The preview of the artifact. Some cool stuff about Arbalest, even though I don't think it should deserve another, or like, why not give any other weapon an ornament? Come on, it's not that hard. But anyway, so they're going about the Ubisoft deal, which is cool, I guess. I mean, I'll see what they look like in game, but I don't think it's going to be anything special. So, cool, whatever. I'm not really interested in that stuff. I'm more interested in this. So, they're going to have the Exalted Truth Surus Adaptive Hand Cannon and the Unwavering Duty Soros Adaptive Machine Gun. So I'm excited for the hand cannon because it's a 140, so that would be pretty cool. I think that might be a bit of fun, but we'll have to see what perks the machine gun's given before we actually, give a shit about that. I think they're keeping everything except for Aisha's and Reed's, which is good. I mean, Aisha's is a good scout rifle. I'm sad to see it go. I wasn't able to get my hands on a good roll, but Reed's Regret can go. I don't really care about that. It's past its due date. I don't think anybody really cares about Reed's Regret with the amount of linears we have, like in terms of options of linears we have now. So I don't think that matters. So they've got Iron Banner stuff, the Dark Decider, Auto Rifle, and Ganora's Slug. So they're bringing back Ganora's. I thought so, yeah. Because I heard something, we were talking about that in the call a couple of nights ago. So, and then they're getting rid of Forge's Pledge Pulse and the Reese Walker Shoddy. Well, no need to chase for that anymore. I wasn't able to get my hands on the Skulking Wolf roll. I've still got my old one from ages ago, but I mean, it works. I like Skulking Wolf on the SMG, but I don't really think it would work proper on this shotgun, to a certain degree at least. So I never got to use it, so I couldn't tell. But this is what I'm most excited for, though. They're getting the Wendigo back and the Hung Jury. Now, what annoys me is that we're not getting anything new, right? Because, okay, so we've got two brand new, absolutely brand new Trials weapons, right? I don't think I've heard, correct me if I'm wrong, I think the Dark Decider, has the Dark Decider been in the game before? I'm pretty sure it has. I can't remember exactly. I might be thinking of another, weapon. But Ganora's Axe, that's definitely been in there. So they're just bringing back a weapon, and then probably, and I'm assuming another one. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then they're also doing the same thing with Nightfalls. They're bringing back two old Sunset, well, not Sunset, but old weapons. Wendigo was Sunset, but they're bringing back Hung Jury again. I mean, I would have enjoyed a new set of Nightfall weapons, and I'm not against getting the Hung Jury, especially since the Hung Jury is one of my favorite scout rifles, and if it brought in the Vanguard's Vindiction, or the Stunning Recovery mods, the intrinsic traits or whatever, I think there's going to be cool to use, but I still would have liked a new weapon. Hey Silent, how's it going? But yeah, I would have enjoyed a new weapon, but whatever, we get some back. Dark Deciders from Iron Banner and Warmight. Okay, yeah. So they're just bringing back so they're bringing back 4 weapons for Nightfalls and Iron Banner, and they're bringing in 2 new weapons for Trials of Osiris in terms of a handgun and a machine gun, which I don't know why Iron Banner gets not Iron Banner. I don't know why Trials gets so much love compared to fucking Nightfalls and shit in terms of endgame content, but whatever. But they're also getting rid of Silicon and Duty Band, so I'm glad I got a good Silicon. I got a good handful of those back during the thing, and then they're also bringing in this, so that's not bad. It's Hake, so I'm gonna hope it's decent, but it's just another pulse rifle to add to the collection, I guess. We'll see what type of rolls it's got. The weapon philosophy, the auto running div. They go on about the archetypes and how they're gonna be balancing it up here. Full auto retrofit season, all that type of shit. Archetype. Yeah, I heard about the shotgun changes. They're gonna be changing the pellet spread. Here we go. So aggressive is that. That's precision, that's lightweight, that's rapid fire, slug. I mean, it'll be cool to see what they look like. Not look like, but it'll be good to see how they perform. I'm hoping aggressive frames get back into the mix. I'm sick of having lightweights just dominate everything, honestly. I want to be able to use my time lost found verdict, but fix several shotguns, incorrect intrinsic, all aggressive shotguns will now increase fire rate after a kill as intended. Okay, grand. And they buffed rapid fire shotguns. So if they do bring back the Aikido shotgun at any point, that'll be fun to use. Sidearms. Okay, so there's reduced zoom stat on Drang and Drang Barak. I don't think that's going to change anything. Dreng's damage output, we tested this. I was going to make an entire video on it. The Dreng's damage output, when it comes to range, my friend Titan has I think it was an Iron Reach Rangefinder Range Masterworked Allied Defiance. Or Allies Demand, whatever it was. Sorry. And he was shooting it at me because we were testing it. I pulled out, I just pulled out, pardon me. I pulled out the normal Drang from fucking Banshee and was outranging him with that. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, like 74 range is outgunned by this Drang. I don't think this is going to change anything, honestly. Reduced stability. Yeah, so there's just like stability changes in relation to certain weapons. They reduced glaives, like fucking damage multiplier or something like that. I can't remember. Was it damage? Yeah, reduced. There you go, yeah. Hand cannons, they've changed a bit of that. Airborne effectiveness is so fucking stupid. They're going about that later on. I think it's so ass. I think they gave it to like Whisper as well, so it's annoying. Blinding effects, that's annoying. Yeah, okay, I don't think the blinding is annoying. I think it's useful on the grenade, but if I'm getting shoulder charged and blinded, it's stupid. Wonder why Glaive's got a nerf? Could wonder why. It definitely wasn't because I could block all the damage from fucking the dude. What's his fucking name? Out of cool. That's it. Yeah, they're doing perks and all that, so they've actually done something with air assault, so it gives you like a thing, but I don't think it's gonna matter. In-air accuracy is stupid. Head Seeker's got a bit of a touch. Encore's got a bit of a touch. Seraph rounds got a bit of a more weapons next season. Yeah, look at that. Seraph rounds will be appearing on more weapons next season, right? Along with this is what I want to get into, right? As a threat of Zevirath looms, all that type of shit. They make all these announcements about like what's coming back next season in terms of like Warmind. You got the sweeper bots in the Elixir Quarter, which is just like literally Warmind sweeper bots. You've got Seraph rounds coming back, more popular and all this shit. Them just talking about it, and then they're just like, no trailer, no. We're not giving you a trailer until 2 hours before the drop, when we've already shut off the servers. Sorry, 1 hour before the drop. My mistake. Also, Cold Steel Enhance. Yeah, I'm going to get to that eventually. I'm excited for that. I want to see exactly what type of changes are going to that. Because again, I breezed over half of this, so. But I definitely want to farm for that sword when Dawning comes out. Now increases damage versus Water Dawn and Well Radiant Sword by 30%. Okay. Gut Shot's getting a bit of a touch, which is... I think Gut Shot's a very slept on perk. I think that could be a lot more fun if you used it properly. High impact frame. It's ambitious, well-rounded, recombination. I'm excited for this. Recombination sounds like it's going to be fun again, so might be using that a bit more. I got a good slug with it. I've got reconstruction, recombination, so that'll be good. Zen Moment, don't care. Divinity. Okay, you can get rewind rounds to work on it properly. Pog. I can't wait to continue shooting my RPG over and over again. Genesis, One Quiet Moment. Yeah, right. Yeah, so this is where they go into the nurse. They're talking about like 1-2 punch and all that. Yep. I mean, I want to read more on the div nurse because again, I breezed over it, said it again. I just saw like partial bits. Enhanced specs, all right. Where is it? Where's the Cold Steel? Fire Line, Grave Robber. I heard, yeah, they're capping it to 7 now, which is cool. Weapon energy and weapon magazine capacity now add +10 to be consistent with other ammo capacity increasing perks. That's exciting. I can't wait to see what that does. I want to see how that works in end game content because I think the sword's very fun. My friend Titan, like I said, uses it quite a bit, so we'll see how that goes. And then they changed a bunch of other shit. Who cares? Yeah, reworks in terms of exotics, fundamental perks, Dead Messenger, yada yada yada. Fundamentals, Jade Rabbit. Okay. Quickly landing 3 crits returns around to the magazine, increases the damage to your next body shot. So it's just tripled out with the damage buff, okay. Stacks up to 3 increased damage body shots. A POG resets when you reload, fair enough. They go, yeah, look at these charts, right? They go over because they were talking about how much people use shit, right? Arbalest is at top, and that's obvious because Arbalest in raids is just what people use as a primary linear fusion rifle as something to help stack on because linears just do that much damage. And I think they nerfed the damage output somewhere down here, but div, compared to having one person use it per team, that could be fucking tripled or quadrupled. Then Witherhoard, Izzy. Trinity's used more than Galahorn, the fuck? The Xenophage, ew, yuck. Thunderlord, touch. Yeah, right. I swear I swear I would have seen like outbreak further up here, but it's sad that it's that low. And then yeah, they go through the the PvP exotics here with the horde fucking slaps. Okay, so they're nerfing with the horde to a degree. Where is it? With the horde. Where is it? Did I scroll past it? I did, didn't I? Yeah, here you go, right here. So they're gonna reduce it to 4.5 instead of 7.5, which I think is a lot better in my opinion, because whenever I've used with a horde, right, I'll shoot at the like boss and I'll wait for the tick, and that's fine. I don't think there's any issue with it in PvE. But when it comes to PvP, the amount of people I try and maybe run a shotgun, they'll shoot at their feet and just sit in it, so you can't challenge them without dying yourself. It's similar to the Lorelei helm. You can't do shit. But and then the change in div, so it's just a 15% with the crit bubble, but it can be buffed up to 30%. So apparently buffs stack with div, which isn't a bad thing. Don't get me wrong. It means it'll still be useful for people who can't hit crits. But tractor counter and tether will be a lot more effective, which means I might be running Hunter a lot more. We'll see what happens. Enhanced unrelenting. Did I scroll past something important? Hold on. Enhanced unrelenting. Shifted to a 5+ health regen, remove 5+ handling. Oh, that's exciting. I think that'll be fun then. I could probably put that back on my bow then and use that in Grandmasters. That might be fun. Yeah, so they're reducing body shot damage to match Lorenz drive, which is fine. They're nerfing Galahorn a bit. Understandable. It was a bit over the top, but I don't think the nerf was necessary to a degree, but whatever. I think a lot of these nerfs and changes just go to show that exotics aren't that useful. You hear about people going, oh, you need Galahorn for this, or you need Divinity that for, or you need Xenophage for this. In reality, if my Darcy shots aren't hitting as hard as my normal reconstruction Vorpal succession, who cares? My linears do more damage than most exotic heavies, primaries or secondaries. And I'm better off just using something like my Forbearance for ad clear instead of anything that could be given to me via an exotic, because nothing feels, what's the word? Strong. That's it. They're getting buffs as well here, so this will be fun. Yeah, they're getting the full auto trigger. I think it's stupid. I don't think full auto system for all pulse rifles is, or scout rifles. I think that's just stupid. I don't think that should be a thing, in my opinion. If you don't know how to just pull your trigger multiple times to shoot a weapon on console, or you don't know how to click your mouse button several times, you don't deserve to be shooting a pulse rifle or a scout rifle. Sucks to suck. Lamar. Fix an issue with Deadmans. Okay, that's fine. I saw this when I was reading. I'm like, oh, Darcy might be getting some changes. No, it's just applying Jolt and airborne effectiveness. There's nothing important coming to it. It's just hey, you can now Jolt shit. Give it a damage buff. It doesn't hit hard enough in the first place. Wish Ender's getting a bit of a change. Increased bonus versus with a horde blighted targets with 10% to 25%, which is kind of cool. Special Oppo snipers. Whisper of the Worm changes come in with increased airborne effectiveness to 80%. Oh, that's fucking stupid. I thought there was something about Whisper here. I saw something on Twitter. Sack of shit. Chain reaction is an intrinsic perk. Pog. Recoil direction, decent. Forerunner, not bad. Merciless, that might be fun. Rat King, that's fine. Legend, not good, but not bad either. Bastion, whatever. Quicksilver, definitely fucking needed. I did an entire video about this. I played 16 Rumble matches that night, trying to get a bloody kill with the grenade launcher. Couldn't get it done. I killed so many people, stacked up so many rockets and grenades. Couldn't get it done. Killed one guy and I just called it enough. I'm like, I'm done. We won the game. We were playing Control at one point because I just couldn't find any good matches in Rumble. I was like, fuck it, we're good. We're done. I don't need to use this anymore. But they're just changing it to arc instead of kinetic instead of arc, and they're buffing the damage, which is good. I think it should be upped to something decent instead of just 80 because it didn't do enough damage to break even your shield. Cold Heart's going to be doing some funky stuff, which might be a bit of fun to muck around with. Red Overture might be a bit more decent, but nobody it. It's just slow firing LMG. It's not that good. This is under buffs? Why are you under buffs? Xenophage, the fuck? Only deals area of effective damage currently, which causes issues against some enemies in PvE. We're not changing the overall weapon much. We're addressing that pesky PvE issue despite benefiting from a solid ease of use. We felt this damage could be a little higher. Now deals roughly half its damage as impact damage and the rest is detonation. Overall damage increased by 5%. This weapon doesn't deserve anything. It should be fucking chucked back into the vault, you sack of shit. I hate having to use Xenophage to do oracles because I solo them most of the time, but whatever. When adjusting Divinity, also looked at some bugs relating to it, including Cloud Strike. The Lightning Storm will now correctly activate when hitting Divinity's Gate. I noticed that. I was hitting crits with a Cloud Strike because I was redeemed in points to use one during a raid, and I'm like, oh wow, there's no like Cloud Strike going on. I'm hitting like a dev bubble. What's going on? So that makes more sense as to why it wasn't working. Exotic armor. Again, Wormgold Caress, Winter's Guile. Gyro Falcons. I can never say that right. I say Gyro Factions half the time. Gain volatile rounds when Are these buffs or nerfs? Note on Gyro Falcons, Huberk. We have a change coming in 6.3. Here's a sneak peek of the preview changes. We'll address balance concerning PvP while maintaining a clear void space. Gain volatile. So you're telling me that nowadays we get fucked on by English, the chess piece, right? In the future, they're going to be able to run in with the fucking stupid funnel web and do even more damage by making me volatile. Fuck off. When executing a finisher while invisible, this exotic now gives nearby allies a reserve overshield and give the wearer a temporary bonus to weapon damage. That's not a bad change because that's purely PvE. But what the fuck? Heavy weapon damage rebalance, tinkering with bringing some less effective options while bringing some damage outliers down. What's the Lightful DPS meta? Mysterious. I think they just need to buff everything else or nerf linear fusion rifles. Start by changing the boss's HP so therefore div isn't like dictating everybody's DPS output anymore because you know they've nerfed that now, so they could probably like do some tweaks and some damage. I don't think there's necessarily any need to tweak all the boss's HPs, but some of them are a bit like, okay, that's a bit sketch unless you have like a decent team to do it. And trust me, we had to 4-phase War Priest yesterday and that was not fun. LFGs are just something else. Large rebalanced airborne effectiveness stat, just get rid of it, lol. Some tweaks to the new shotgun reticles, okay, don't care. A pass at adding subclass 3.0 verbs to several exotic weapons, they are currently 7. Okay. I'm baffled by some of these changes, but overall it's not bad. At least they've given us a good oversight of everything. Let's remove proxy explosion from galley. Why is it hitting so hard now? Who knows? Why would an RPG that actually, I don't know, detonate by hitting a target doing more damage? Ooh. No, you're killing sisters too quickly. It's not like you can melt them within seconds by doing the exact same thing with 3 other different builds. Whatever. Yeah, so they're changing the Void Hunter. This is what I wanted to read up on because I don't think it's decent changes, but it's something else that might help. So they go about the ranges. Okay, so hold on. When a player is invisible, their maximum radar range will be reduced to 24 meters and they won't have access to information in the gutter range until they are visible. So the gutter range is like the really far one, yeah, 24 to 64, yeah. Okay, that isn't a bad change. I think that might change some things, but invisibility as a whole is strong purely because of the damage buff while invis and coming out of invis, stacked with the resilience buff. Resilience is already an issue. Overshields easily are already an issue. You can tell by like Titan, Barricade, and all that type of shield, right? I think invis should not give you the resilience. The damage buff is fine. Just don't give you resilience when going invis and make it so you can't proc it as easily. Along with a lot of other changes to hunters overall, because I fucking hate hunters. I could go on a rant about that, but I won't. Artifact mods. Okay, so they're going to hand cannons, scout rifles, bows, pulse rifles, auto rifles, and submachine guns. Okay, so no special weapons. That's fine. And then unstoppable grenade launcher. So I'm thinking unstop, barrier, overload, unstop, barrier, overload. So hand cannons and pulse rifles are going to be unstop. Scout and ARs, barrier, bows, SMGs, overload. I think that's fine. I like, pretty much all of that. Hand cannon, unstop, fine. Pulse rifle, unstop, fine. Those are the 2 good feeling ones. Scout rifles as barrier, grand. Auto rifles as barrier, grand. Submachine guns and overload as overloads along with bows, perfect combo. I think submachine guns are the strongest bows when it comes to overload proccing, but I think that's fine. And then the unstoppable grenade launcher is just going back to like Splicer, I think it was, where they had that shit. And then they're also going to bring back something like Breach and Clear here with a bit of a 3.0 rework. So we'll see how that works. I think it might be a bit of fun. If it just weakens the enemy when you hit it, that's fine. It won't be anything like the 30% damage nerf or damage debuff to the bosses you usually get when you could just stick Anarchy to anything. I think it might be a bit of fun, honestly, but we'll see how it works. And then they're also bringing back Lucent Finisher, so that's just free heavy. Passive guard with all that type of shit. Works with Glaze and Reprisal. Yeah, okay, whatever. I mean, that's not bad. I'm excited to see how that works, especially the Breach and Clear thing. I think that would be fun. But yeah, so they go over all this other shit at the end here. We're also experimenting with some other bullshit, yada, yada, yada. I mean, overall, the juicy section of the TWAB here where we go over all the changes isn't a bad thing. I think it's going to be fun to see how the changes are put in. I think some of them are good, some of them are weird, some of them are bad. Why did that open? Anyway, I think it's annoying that we got, you know, fucking... Where is it? I think it's annoying that we got no new weapons for Iron Banner or Nightfall, purely trials. I think they should just, I don't know, start giving, you know, players a reward for doing Nightfalls instead of just, hey, you want this old Destiny 1 weapon or this old weapon we like not sunset for no reason? Here, have it. Oh, here you go, trials. Have 2 brand new designed weapons. Fuck off. Maybe an armor set too, who knows? But anyway, let's go back down because I want to go over these things here. So, like I said earlier, I don't think RB deserves another linear, not linear. I don't think RB deserves another exotic ornament, in my opinion. But, I mean, can't do anything about it now, so who cares? I think the Synth Web is my favorite. Get mad at me if you want. Black Armory is not bad. Don't get me wrong. That looks good. I think this is the best. I do not like this old historic version. I like this one the most. That's what I'm going to be voting for when I get the email. And then they're going about Prime and all that shit. But yeah, so overall... not a bad TWAB. You know, could have been a lot better. Could have been a lot worse. At least they communicated with us with a bunch of shit. The changes, I think, will be fun to see how they go into play. Again, you can't judge a book by its cover because, you know, we haven't seen how they work exactly. So we'll have to wait until next season to give them a shot. I'll try my best to experiment with all of them in raids and shit, but we'll see what happens. So, but Bungie, please, if you're going to leak all this shit about Ziva Arath and Seraph rounds, give us a fucking trailer. Honestly. Anyway,